Good afternoon. Is my voice audible, clear? Yes, no? Okay. Is my nervousness also very visible to you guys? Okay. So yeah, first of all, let me thank each and every one of you who is present here. I know there are a lot of interesting talks that are happening right now, and you folks have a really good chance to network with a lot of people right now, and you choose to be here. I'm really thankful and grateful for each and every one of you who is present here. Okay. I have one request before I start to anyone who is using camera or anyone who is using videographer or anything. Please use a lot of filters for my photos, right? You will need them. I want good pictures on social media, right? Yes, and I prefer my left profile over my right profile. Okay. On that note, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vibhor. I work as a software engineer in Guidewire, and today I've got a wonderful opportunity to present a very small yet a powerful tech talk in front of you guys. The title of the tech talk is Pod to Pod Ping, the hidden wiring of Kubernetes. A very catchy ChatGPT kind of title, right? But what does it actually mean? It means like today we will embark a journey and try to find out a path that each data packet will take when they are traversing from one pod to another pod inside your Kubernetes cluster. In very simple terms, I'm here to help you guys understand what is pod networking, how pods communicate with each other. My only terms and condition is you guys listen to me. If you don't listen to me, I can't help you. If you listen to me, I'll try that you guys understand something that I'm saying. Okay? So yes, so let's start from the basics, and I mean the absolute basics. We are in engineering colleges, we are in colleges, we are working professionals. We know this definition. What is networking? The act of connecting different systems together so that they can communicate and share data with each other, right? Very simple. But why do we actually need networking? In today's world, most of the computer systems are distributed, okay? And these distributed systems are connected with each other using networks. And imagine those networks going down. Your systems are useless. One computer is sitting on one end of earth and other computer sitting on another end of world, nothing happens, right? So it becomes really important for you as a working professional to actually understand how these networks are built, how data moves between these networks, and how you can debug network systems when your systems are down, okay? So moving one step ahead, in Kubernetes context, what is Kubernetes networking? Very simple. The act of connecting your nodes, your pods, anything that is happening inside your cluster, the act of connecting it with each other so that those resources and components can talk to each other very smoothly is Kubernetes networking. Okay. But why? The practical definition is pretty much same. The question should come from you guys, right? You said networking, you said Kubernetes networking. What is the primary difference? I believe Kubernetes networking is a unified model and is a flat network. And what do I mean by that? I mean that any pod that is present in your Kubernetes cluster believes, manifests, right? Believes that it can reach any other resource easily, right? It doesn't care whether that resource is present in the same cluster, in the same country, or any other country. It just throws the packet in here and it happens. And that makes Kubernetes networking flat. Each pod has its own IP address, unique IP address. There's no NAT nonsense. Some of the very high terms that I'm throwing at you guys, if you don't know networking, but believe me, just stay with me, I'll help you guys learn. Okay. So Kubernetes networking is not just pod networking. Okay. There are basically three kinds of subparts to it. Number one is node networking. Number two is pod networking. And number three is cluster networking. Node networking, as the name suggests, when your node tries to communicate with other nodes inside your cluster, that is node networking. Pod networking, when your pod tries to communicate with other pods inside your cluster, is pod networking. And anything that is happening beyond this inside your cluster, be any application trying to reach any service, any DNS rules, right? That is cluster networking, right? Unfortunately, we have less time today. So I will only be talking about pod networking. Why fortunately? because I only know about pod networking. Okay, I mugged this thing 2 days back, so listen to me, right? Cool. So this, I believe, is the main site or main part of the presentation. If you guys have not listened anything till now, that's okay. But if you miss this, you will miss anything ahead. These, I believe, are the building blocks which will help you to basically climb networking or basically understand pod networking. These are some kind of buzzwords that I'll throw at you. I'll try to make it as simple as possible. But please understand these terms before I move forward. Number one is networking namespace. So I'll try to give you an analogy, right? Have you seen those apartments? Of course you have. Those huge buildings, and a lot of apartments are there, right? And each apartment has its own address, its own internet connection, its own television, right? And each apartment is an isolated space. It doesn't care what is happening inside another apartment of the same building, right? Until you have nosy neighbors, right? That is your problem, okay? So now map this concept to technical terms. What is networking namespace? It is an isolated piece of which has its own networking stack. Now what do I mean by networking stack? It has its own set of IP addresses, it has its own set of ports, it has its own set of firewall rules and interfaces, okay? And it is isolated. It means isolation. It doesn't care that is anything happening outside of it. It thinks that this small space is the universe, right? So, okay, that was the first concept. Virtual Ethernet pairs, veth pairs. A great technical term, right? But it's nothing. It's a piece, imagine a piece of cable, right? Data cable with 2 ends. One end of the cable is connected to one isolated space and another end of the cable is connected to other isolated space. So this data cable is nothing but a veth cable. If you put something from one end, it will come out from the other end and vice versa, okay? What is network bridge? Okay, so I'll use an analogy. When you are traversing on roads, have you seen that part of intersection where multiple roads come and connect, and from that you can just move on to another road, right? Switch your lanes. This is kind of that. It's a networking device where multiple interfaces are connected, right? And coming from one interface, you will come to land to this device and you will move to another interface so that you can go in different network, different interface, right? So imagine some kind of sort of this device. Routing table, Google Maps. So when you want to go to point A, Google Maps tell you that, okay, take this path. When you want to go to point B, Google Maps tells take this path. Routing table may be that kind of scenario, tells you rules. If you want to move to point A, you have to move through this device. If you have to move to point 2 or node 2, you have to take this route, right? And last but not at all the least, container networking interface. This is the thing, or actually the concepts on which networking is based upon, right? So it basically tells how any container networking should be defined. It is basically the blueprint, right? And on this blueprint, multiple agents known as container networking interface agents are being designed, okay? So they actually do all the networking stuff. Kubernetes is like me. It tells I want this, but it doesn't do it. It delegates. Kubernetes says I have a pod. I want this pod to be connected in a network, but I don't know what is required for this. I don't know what all things I need for this. It delegates it to container networking interface agents. Those brings up all this networking namespace, these veth pairs, right? So a lot of jargon that I've thrown at you. This all will make sense, but just have this piece of information inside your anywhere, right? So yeah, finally to the main part of the PPT, pod networking. This is the slide where containers will become your friends, and fortunately or unfortunately you have to become network engineers and see how data packets are moving, okay? So moving ahead, we will cover 3 scenarios, and I believe after covering those 3 scenarios, you will pretty much have basic understanding of how pod networking works. The first scenario, huge diagram, right? The first scenario is of multiple containers in a same pod. Now I will give you an analogy, okay? See, in an apartment, in a sharing apartment, there are multiple people that are living together. That is, one person is living in room 1 and another person is living in room 2. Now in my case, my friends, I don't know what your friends do, but if I have to call my friend in and he is living in the same apartment, I won't go, I will shout, please come here, and he probably will come, right? In a positive scenario, right? So what is happening here is kind of the same thing. You have a pod and each pod has one network interface. Now having that network interface means each pod will have a unique IP. IP is the address, okay? And all the containers which are inside this pod have that IP. Now the question should come, if every container has the same IP, isn't it confusing to reach out to them? Here the concept of ports come. Each container will be assigned to a particular port, right? Container A might be assigned to port 80. Container B might be assigned to port 90 or something like that, right? Now, container A is hosting something on port 80 and container B wants to fetch that or request that. It shouts at that port that, hey, port 80, I want whatever you are hosting. And in this way, this kind of communication happens inside a pod. Simple, pretty much simple, easy, right? Now things will get difficult, okay. So there are now two pods. On a same node, there are two pods and each pod has their own network namespace. Now I will again use an analogy, okay? In that same apartment, now move out. In a building, you have two apartments, right? You don't know that there is another apartment. Now you have got a letter or you want to deliver something to that another apartment in the same building. You search, okay, in your apartment that person is not living. What do I do? You take stairs, you go down to the main hall and ask the guard of that building that, hey, I want to reach this person, where do I go? He tells you can go to floor 3, floor 4, anywhere, right? Same thing is happening here. A data packet is being created in pod 1. Pod 1 searches its own routing table that, okay, this data packet is here and the destination or the person or the pod I want to pass to it or the container I want it to go is not in me, is not in my network namespace. What do I do? As I said, Kubernetes delegates, right? It moves the packet out of the default gateway. It doesn't care. From that green pipeline, that is the veth pair, that cable, right? From that, it goes to the bridge, that intersection, remember? That will switch lanes. At the bridge, it will search, okay, I want that destination pod. Which lane should I take? The bridge will take, okay, take this lane and move to pod 2. So these greens are veth pairs, this orange device is a bridge, and in this way, it will move to pod 2, and finally, two pods on the same node gets communication and pass data between each other, right? Now things get more complicated, like in life, right? Now pods are on different nodes, right? I'll again use the analogy. Now in an apartment, you found a data packet and you wanted to give it to someone else. You search in your apartment, okay, this person is not in my apartment, what should I do? You move down to your building's guard, you ask. Your building's guard is clueless, no one of this name lives in my building. Now you go to the head department of your whole gated society, right? And from there, that person will tell you, okay, this person is living in tower 2. Only he tells tower 2. He doesn't tells the apartment, okay? Make sure of this. Now from there you go to tower 2 and you ask the guard of that tower 2, where should I go? And you deliver the packet. Now map this analogy to conceptual terms or technical terms. On node 1, there is pod 1. Pod 1 has a packet, okay? It wants to send that packet to pod 2 on node 2. it says, okay, but I'm not able to find that pod in my network namespace. What should I do? It throws away. It passes the pod from the default gateway, that veth pair, outside, right? It reaches the bridge. It reaches the bridge, and on the bridge, now bridge is also clueless that master, there is no one of this name inside this pod, inside this node. What should I do? Now comes your CNI agents, the most important part. CNI agents, it sends the packets to CNI agents. Now CNI agents, like the master guard, wraps your original packet into another layer, and on that layer it writes the source destination is node 1, and the source node is node 1, and the destination node is node 2. It does not write anything else. It just tells what is the source node and what is the destination node. That's all. It wraps it, encapsulates. After that, it moves to your cloud network, reaches node 2. On node 2, it again goes to that CNI agent. Now that CNI agent on node 2 will basically decapsulate. It will remove that outer layer of node 1 to node 2 and find that internal, okay, this is my destination pod, here I have to come, right? So again, the same route, it will go to bridge, from bridge to the respective veth pair, and from that it will go to the respective pod. In this way, communication happens, right? In technical terms, not in life. Communication in life is way more complicated. Okay. So I believe all the case scenarios are over. Even if you have understood something from here, then also your packet is going to be missed. No problem. You are a network engineer, don't worry. Okay. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. This is my QR. You can basically connect to me on LinkedIn. Post only good feedbacks on LinkedIn. If you have something that you didn't understand, if you didn't like me, don't post it. Okay. Thank you so much. That's my time.